Hey guys, time for another daily mystery skin gift giveaway. If you want to enter, all you have to do is follow the instructions on screen. Enjoy the video.
Stop all the illegal boosting!
Hey, what's going on, Sockjar? Welcome back to the end of the video today. We're back on the main streets of the Rift. Gonna sort out some boosters today. I'm gonna tell you guys, give you guys the rundown and the knowledge. The only N-word that you should be saying on the internet in 2018. Knowledge? Is that too edgy?
No, I like it.
We're good, okay. Giving you all the knowledge you need to identify boosters, take measures, take actions into your own hands. Right, have justice timely served. So, first thing you want to know, first thing you want to find out, first thing you want to make sure is, you gotta know that it's very, very bizarre. In this particular case, the one that we've got up on the screen right now, very few times does this ever happen where somebody manages to jump 2 entire divisions in the space of a week. This is not a thing that happens on planet Earth. You do not suddenly go from being silver 2 seasons in a row to suddenly being a plat player. Sure, it can happen. It certainly can. But just like kind of looking at the scores we've got here, there's some bad games here and there. Looking at the games down here, 18-0, 23-5, 9-0. 22-1, 6-0, like these are very big giveaways, and it's not the smartest boosters in the world. This could be an account that was sold off to somebody, could be someone smart they just don't play on, but usually the Smurfs are similar ELO to the mains if the people actually play on them at all. If not, then they won't have these, like, usually they don't have previous like seasons on them, so keep an eye out for that one. However, we've got one that kind of is a little bit up in the air. I'm not really sure about it. Sure, you have like the very obvious ones, like scores like this, where would you believe me if I told you that this was a bronze player, somebody who was sitting in bronze, who managed to climb from like bronze 5 to bronze 1 in the space of like 2 weeks, or like even a week, I think. Bronze players, it's very, these scores can exist potentially, but I'd say 33-12, having 200 CS, and like this one as well, 37 minutes, almost 400 CS, you're not gonna tend to see that in bronze. Keep an eye out for that one as well. But we're gonna have a look at one that I want to get your guys' opinion on, because I looked over it, but I wasn't sure, because honestly the track record is a little bit bizarre. I mean, I'm not making any accusations against this particular person. This person had a couple of games that looked really, really good, but it looks like maybe the start of like a boosting spree. But let's have a look at it. We'll get your guys' opinion on it. Maybe help you guys can help me identify the boosters so we can dispense some justice here. Alright, so this is our man in question here. This boy actually really isn't going anywhere in terms of ELO, and this is an email that somebody sent in because they suspected this person to be a booster, but I very much have my my doubts about it. But we're gonna have a look over the replay of them playing, and we're gonna look over their stats and like what they play, and we're gonna determine, like, just to make sure you're not sending out false reports and all that stuff, because some people, believe it or not, actually just sometimes have really, really pop-off games. So this guy went 34, 11, and 12 on Kha'Zix. Now, Kha'Zix is a champion that I've said many, many times is a very common boosting pick, because they're very snowbally. They have a tendency to like shut a laner down and make them, basically, especially in low elo, the person just doesn't want to play anymore. So I posted a video with me and Uber Danger like yesterday, and basically I did the exact same thing. I played with Uber. I camped a Yasuo. He went 0-10. He didn't want to play the game anymore. That was pretty much it. He was basically done with life at that point, and I don't really blame him, because I well and truly camped the hell out of him. But this is exactly the same kind of thing. Like, you pick a champion that has like something that can be like really abused, like a snowballing nature. In this case with Kha'Zix, good gap closer, good damage, punishes like junglers that are out of position, punishes laners that are out of position, as well as that, he's got the ability to go invisible, which is not a good thing if you're playing in low elo. It's not even a good thing when I'm playing in higher elo. Like, I say higher elo, I mean like plat 5 and beyond, like my elo, which isn't high at all, but still, people cannot deal with stealth there at all. It's really, really not all that good. So this man had like 2 pop-off games. He played Vi, he played Kha'Zix, and the reason this was a red flag to my subscriber who ended up sending this in was because he's never played Kha'Zix before. This is a champion that he's never played, first time in ranked, and ends up having 30 kills. So I guess the question is, what do you think? Do you think this might be a booster off the bat, or do you think, you know, what the deal with all of this could be? So for me, looking at the CS and stuff that we've got here, he actually has pretty terrible CS for a 45-minute game. 200 CS in 45 minutes compared to a half-hour game where he only got 40 CS less. Not particularly crazy. It is a little bit strange to see him literally, I mean, we can check here for you. There is no games previously on Kha'Zix on any of these. He's got one game on Kha'Zix. Season 7, 0 games on Kha'Zix, nowhere to be seen. Season 6, similarly, absolutely nowhere here at all. But the thing is, like, I haven't played really a lot of Kha'Zix myself. I played like one game a week or two ago. I went like 15-1. Kha'Zix is like a weird champion, man. Sometimes you just like, you get into the groove and you go against the wrong people who don't know how to deal with that champion, and it pops, you know? But anyway, let's have a look at the replay. We'll see what we can come up with here. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Alright, so let's see if we can notice anything in this guy's gameplay that would actually indicate that he is in fact a booster or being boosted or anything like that. I've got my put on your skeptic hat, I guess, because I'm going into this with the assumption that this guy just kind of had a pop-off game, but there's some like really telltale signs that we can figure out whether or not somebody is in fact of a high level of skill, because there's just some things that are really hard-coded into players that even if they lean back a little bit to try and not carry too hard, it's very hard for them to like not show some of those like higher level mechanics, even if they're trying, because it's just bad. It's good habits that they've drilled into themselves that they just cannot. You cannot act that well, especially if you're in the jungle and nobody can see what you're doing. All right, so I guess like straight off the bat, he's not even really trying to kite the jungle around a little bit to maximize Q cooldown, which definitely is a good idea. He's going for Raptor second as well, which is like very, very bad for your health, especially in the lower levels, unless you've got like a really good AoE clear like somebody like Shyvana. I mean, I guess like Kha'Zix isn't the worst in the world, but certainly this is like a really risky camp for him to take level 2. And I mean, look at his HP. He's like absolutely struggling. He's not going to be able to like he's not going to be able to finish his full clear before he needs to back. He can probably still take blue buff. Gromp might be a risk though. So we'll see what happens, see if he manages to take blue and Gromp, and then we'll see, like, we'll figure out from there. So yeah, once again, he's literally just tanking and spanking it. He's not moving back to try and maintain, like, as little damage as possible while waiting for his Q to be up as well. Try and back away so that he can get his W up to get some extra HP. Smite going down there. That's fine, I guess. He's actually, looks like he's going straight for the gang. Oh, he's going for Scuttle Crab level 3. Okay. I mean, okay, he's going for that potential invade as well. He's moving in on... No, is he doing... I'm not actually sure. He's going in on the Aurelia. And he's going to win that 1v1. Absolutely. Flashing it. Possibly. There we go. W. That's the first kill there. I honestly... No, I mean... That was just... I think that was just coincidence. I don't know why Aurelia would roam down that early onto mid lane. I don't know. Yeah, I think that wasn't really a display of any high level of skill. That was just like, that was just a bad place to be. Wrong place at the wrong time for Aurelia there. Absolutely. Even like we're almost 10 minutes into this game. I definitely think this is just a pop-off game. Although I'm really not sure. It's 9 minutes into this game and he's only got 1 kill. And he's got 33 more to pick up here. So it's gonna take some time here. He did actually manage to get the pickup on the Udyr there, and he's getting assists like across the board. He's getting some half decent assists here, but like this just seems like a pop-off game. But that's like, it's really hard to tell sometimes because he had 2 pop-off games in a row, and like this is like what, silver elo. These are not scores you see very often on people that are of actual silver elo, but I think this guy might actually be realistically. He might. He's just picked. He's definitely like. There's been opportunities, and he's 100% taking them. So right now, yeah, we got like a lot of action that happened bot lane. They managed to get tower pretty early on, and from that, potential dragon coming out. You got Tamkench tanking that. He can tank that for like a long time. Kind of a bad jump there. He's gonna get punished with a lot of damage there. Not sure if they can continue going on this. So the ignite going down, Tamkench. I mean, that's not gonna save the Kha'Zix. So like yeah. I mean, I'm not even sure if they're gonna be able to get this. If Zoe, yeah, they're gonna smite that 100%. Okay, they just gave up free Infernal Drake. Yeah, that could have absolutely been a decent call for blue side. But Kha'Zix's like leaping onto Zoe early, getting hit with the drowsy, and then basically getting chunked for 75% of his HP for free is like that's bad times, right? Yeah, there we go. So that's like what, 4 for 0 and a dragon. That's not good. So I think it's good that we skip ahead a little bit here into the game. Have a look at his team fighting, see how he gets on in that regard. I mean, he's doing alright so far. He's 8-4, and it's 20 minutes into the game. There's a point where he gets another 26 odd kills, 25 odd kills, where I don't know. But I mean, the game didn't go on for that long. He managed to get all those kills in like 20 minutes. So either the enemy team gave up, or they really poorly positioned himself here. So Udyr, I mean, he's very, very squishy. He's going for Blade the Rune King, and then like the Blood Razor, which is like a bit squishy. So immediately he goes like straight top lane. They're looking to get that pick on Aurelia as well. She's like very out of position. She's not going to be able to get away there. Kaboom, that's another kill. They're just like taking opportunity after opportunity. This is just all a product of like bad placement and like maybe not fully paying attention. Like Udyr clearly thought he was a little bit tankier than he was, which is, I guess, is understandable, because if you play Udyr a lot, it's a good chance you don't run the glass cannon build very often. So he probably assumed that he was going to be tankier because he's used to playing it in a tanky way. It's like if you were to play Malphite full armor or full tank, and then when you play him full AP for a game, you're going to take the same risks as you would if you were playing full tank, but you are absolutely not half as tanky as you are like when you're playing full tank. So you're gonna take risks that are bad that you would be able to take otherwise, but you're gonna get crushed. So yeah, a bad back ends up having a free Baron coming out here because he got no vision on this. That's gonna be a free Baron. Udyr's just like clapping through this, and I mean, like, he's still got 24 kills to pick up here. I'm kind of impressed. So here we're coming up to a point where Kha'Zix actually ends up getting a bunch of kills here. He's currently 19 kills deep, but he's still got like 15 more to go. And we can see here, it would appear that like, right, that's one person getting picked up, flash down. They're on their own. They're not paying attention. Another kill picked up there. Double kill. Easy double kill there. Two people not paying full attention to their surroundings. And basically just solo queue players getting picked up by the isolation from Kha'Zix. Like, the isolation from Kha'Zix is absolutely the MVP in this game. When it's against like people like this that seem to be like real solo queue warriors. So Zoe just gets killed in mid. Aurelia thinking that she can try and take a 3v1 bot lane. I mean, she manages to get a pick off of it, but look at that. Kha'Zix comes in, boom, that's it, 4 kills. He gets 4 kills for 1 on that, and he's just picking up kill after kill, isolated kills after kill. Like, these guys aren't grouping, these guys aren't like really doing anything, but hey, for whatever reason, this guy did such a good performance. This guy had such a good performance that somebody emailed me to call him a booster. But in actual hindsight, having a look at this, like, the enemy team kind of did it to themselves, just based on like what we're kind of looking at. Like, there's a lot of, it's not really necessarily their fault, but it's just like the pitfalls of solo queue when you know, there's an assassin that's quite fed. You need your boys grouped up with them. But to be honest, I mean, really, realistically, Udyr and Aurelia are the only two that could deal with that. But from what I've seen of this game so far, they are far too invested in trying to take fights like solo, or like trying to take on more than one person at a time. Like, they aren't really invested in trying to group up with their boys and like fight as a team. They got a pick here, but now Kha'Zix is coming in. Udyr is super duper squishy. The Duskblade does a pretty decent amount of damage considering it's onto Udyr. I mean, he's gonna back off, but this is just like one of many people getting caught in the jungle, or like getting caught on their own. But yeah, I think like pretty much like we can skip ahead and we can see he's got 33 kills, and I mean, his farm isn't fantastic. He's been doing a lot, but just based off the way he's playing, I think it's like a good lesson that you shouldn't necessarily judge whether or not they're a booster by like the first 1 or 2 games that you see them play, or if you check their op.gg. You definitely need a bigger sample size than like 1 Because like I'll have bad games in solo queue or whatever, and especially on my Smurf, which has got like, which is actually ironically higher elo than my main right now. But people will be like, I think I had a couple bad games like the other night, and I had a new support, and he was like, you carry all your fucking games, like, and he was like, you carry all your games, but the game that I get with you, you end up like feeding or whatever. And now I did like the best in the team in that game. Like everybody lost, but this guy was judging me based on like one game sample size, and that's just not a good way to go about it. But yeah, like, I don't know, if you still think he's a booster, let me know in the comments section. I'm interested to know. But I really like posting these videos because I think it like is quite educational. Also kind of funny to see like boosters exposed. If you want to send me in any of your information, like your information, not like your credit card details, but like if you want to send me in any games you might have suspected of being a booster, or any very obvious boosters, so we can like help spread some awareness about like what to look for and what to report and how to like really figure out if somebody's actually paying for a boost. I'm trying to give as much information as possible because like I think it's good info to know, and it's always nice to, it's always like funny to watch, like, you know, people think they're being smart boosters, but they're actually the most obvious fucking things in the world. But yeah, let me know. Email will be on screen for you right now. Hit me up if you did enjoy this video. If you learned something about boosting or boosters, keep yourself safe. Hit me with a like as well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow hopefully. Take care, have a good one. Goodbye.